How's it going, guys? It's Epsillon here, and today we look at quite possibly one of the best treasure hunter promotions, spending 100 keys on it to see if we can make some sizable gains on double XP. Obviously, I'm going to showcase what we actually got. We'll clip it down into small chunks, and then we'll see how much XP we could manage to get from this Loot Jewels treasure hunter promotion right here. So since Christmas, I've managed to save up 100 keys, and I've managed to do that by buying them with oddments when they're on 50% discount in stacks of 30. I've also managed to just do them from the daily challenges as well, so whenever they go on sale for 50% off, I'll purchase them. And then we've also managed to get quite a few, well, 3 per day, alongside the kind of actual keys that we get every single day being 3 as well, but we open those, and so these are all 100 earned keys for today's video. So let's have a look at how much XP we can get from this treasure hunter promotion. I'll showcase how much XP we've currently got, bonus XP, and then we'll go from there. So with this promotion, what you'll actually notice is that you can get some really good rewards actually, and you can see here we've got the double Runite chest, which we can basically get 6 times the rewards. They're not guaranteed to give you something good, but you can see here we've managed to pick up 150 oddments, and if you can actually purchase the treasure hunter keys at 50% off, you can still get almost the key back itself, and that's with 6 common rewards, which are obviously the worst ones you can possibly get. So if you do manage to luck out and you get something slightly better, then of course you can make a hell of a lot more money. And of course we will be taking the Proteans so that we can boost through some of those 120s when it comes time to be able to do that. We can use them on double XP, etc. And luckily we've got 2 Runite drops in a row, and we'll just claim those. So as we previously mentioned, the double Runite chests, we've opened 19 keys so far, and we've managed to get 6 rare drops from this chest. You can see we managed to get the oddment drop, which gives us 1,100 oddments, obviously 6 times 6,600, which is really good. Obviously we could then potentially pick the large portable skilling pack for a bit of money if I really wanted to, or alternatively we could get 18 advanced pulse cores. For this we're going to pick the oddments so that we can then purchase keys later on down the line, and of course that will add a sizable chunk onto the amount of oddments we have for future use. So when actually going through these, you want to make sure that you're picking the experience chests, the antique chests that are going to give you a guaranteed amount of oddments, especially if it's like alongside just a standard treasure hunter reward, because it will give you the choice of 3 kind of rare drops alongside it. So potentially you could get the actual chest itself, so being the experience chest, you could pick the Silverhawk feathers, giving you some money. I believe Silverhawk feathers at the moment are about 2,000 GP, so that's what, 480,000 GP right there, just from literally getting the experience chest, and that comes along quite easily. Or alternatively you could pick up the Cinder Core, which is also a decent reward. Obviously they can't be multiplied like some of the other prizes can be, but realistically you'll probably get your money back. And alternatively you could, if you're just going for the XP, maybe it's worth actually converting it to oddments, but to be honest with you, this gives you a vast assortment of kind of lamp stars, etc., which are always really good as well. So after opening 22 different keys, we've managed to fully stack out the inventory. We'll be saving the actual chests themselves to be able to do that right at the end of the video, so we'll look through what we can get from those. But we'll also look at the moment, the amount of XP that you can get just singularly from the actual inventory of kind of stuff as well, and then we'll factor in as well the medium protein packs and how much you can make from those too, as well as the skilling training dummies as well. So it's all kind of showcasing how much XP you can actually get, and we haven't actually spent any money on these kind of within the game other than having oddments, of course, which is mainly just from having membership and being able to get those daily extra keys which give you oddments, etc., and being smart with how you spend them. Obviously you'll see me doing here, I'm going for 120 herblore, so we've managed to get so far from just having the daily keys and utilising, you know, when the keys go on sale, we've managed to get 8.7 million base, or double XP essentially, bonus XP, which we'll be adding to here, 230,000, very easy to do, and we'll just keep adding on all of those, and you can see it soon stacks up with the amount that you can actually get from these different methods. You can see here the smouldering lamps, which are really helpful for kind of grinding through, the bubbling lamp here, Obviously these are pretty decent as well, but you can just put the bonus XP on, and that's pretty much got that. So we're looking at what, around 500,000 XP added on, whether that's bonus XP or actual XP from just that one inventory, and we've still got 78 keys to go. So if you're purely up to making quite a bit of money, I guess what you could do is use the Silverhawk feathers, which you can get throughout the different rewards. Obviously we opened a rainbow chest here, which gave us the opportunity to get 7 lots of Silverhawk feathers. They come in packs of 60, so you could alternatively get 420 Silverhawk feathers right there, which is what, looking at 840,000 GP at the recording of this video. That's not taking into account that maybe Silverhawk feathers might go up to 4k, maybe they're even higher at this point, coming up to double XP very soon. So alternatively you could go for the Silverhawk feathers if you are money orientated, but for me, just trying to grind out 120 Herblore, so we are going to go with the prismatic fallen stars. So we opened up a dragon chest here with the 4 times, managed to get a medium protein pack here, which is kind of the best thing you could possibly really get in terms of getting some skilling XP when it comes around to double XP, because obviously they're very AFK, means you can just whack them on, use the material. So I think for this double XP, maybe we'll try and boost up the smithing level, get that as high as possible by using protein bars, or use them in a way where we can kind of hope that they'll be bringing out a 120 that we might be able to use at a later date. Maybe they'll upgrade one of these skills to kind of the 120 bracket like they did with Slayer originally, and that sort of thing. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. If not, you know, it's not that bad because we'll just be grinding out to 120 anyway. So yeah, hopefully we can do that, and you'll see me in the next one. Whilst going through this, we managed to get a money chest, one of the things that I have never seen before within the game. So we're looking to see whether or not this will actually get us some money, and it has given us a large cash bag, which I believe gives you a decent chunk of money. We'll claim it here to see exactly how much money we did actually make from the cash bag itself. 1.4 million coins, which is nice, and will obviously add to the amount of money that we've currently got, 198 million there, and we'll kind of keep track of that as well following this video. So we've managed to get the prizes here, and these are pretty dud ones, to be honest with you. So what can we do in this scenario? Well, I tend to just convert it for oddments, because although it may be 300 and you can't purchase a full key for that when they're on sale at 50%, when I always buy them with the surplus oddments that I have, then I will do that for the 300. So effectively we're still getting an extra 75 oddments over the key value, so that's been a bonus one for the amount of oddments that we've got. Right, so the next one is, of course, the Antique Chest Treasure Hunter. Obviously, you want to pick the Antique one. As you can see, not particularly the best alternate rewards here, so we're just going to pick the Antique Chest to get some extras. When it comes to, like, when you've got the Antique Chest versus, say, an Adamant Chest, only with 2 times, always go with the Antique, in my opinion. We'll claim that again, because that's going to give us probably more rewards. Say if we had a God Chest or something better on the other side, comparatively to that Antique Chest, maybe you'd want to go with the kind of other one, but it's not necessarily the risk I'd want to go with. Obviously, when you have the opportunity for a double chest, always pick that over a single, because, you know, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get a better reward from that, and that's exactly what you want to be doing. 44 keys down, and we have the next set of inventory of stuff that we can use, and you can see us here just claiming that cash bag there, only a small one there. So you can see we got 11 standard stars. We'll whack those all on Herblore, 3 huge ones, and there we go, 500,000 XP or bonus XP in Herblore. And let me rephrase this, I've literally not spent any money on these keys other than the augments, which isn't actually money, so technically literally not spent anything on this, and then a further 325,000 Herblore XP there, getting us a total of 800,000. Obviously then got the small lamp here for the extra 41,000 XP, and then of course we haven't actually calculated the antique chests, etc., which we'll do at the end of the video, do a big opening of all of these and see what we can get further to the amount of XP that we've already got from that. So got super lucky here, opened up the basically the 55th key there, and we've got the giant prismatic fallen star, which is really good. Obviously you could get the Silverhawk feathers or the springs, but we're definitely going to go with the fallen star here, since that's going to give a massive amount of XP for us, and yeah, that's a really good one. Alternatively, if you're only after like the prizes, maybe you want to go for 850 oddments, etc. But yeah, definitely for us, we're going to be getting that giant prismatic fallen star there. So got supremely lucky again there on the 53rd total key spent, and we got 8 times large prismatic lamp, which we could convert for 1,000 oddments, but definitely not worth it considering the amount of XP we can get from these, which is definitely a benefit, and certainly something you'll want to be doing if you are doing the same sort of thing for yourself here. Something I did want to mention, obviously, if you've got something like guaranteed 8 times and you've got something that can go 2 to 7 times, definitely pick the guaranteed 8 times. Yeah, we didn't get a good result here, but they will definitely give you much better rewards on the grand total than if you pick like the other chests, for example. So we've run out of space in our inventory to be able to claim those, so we're going to see how much more XP we've got. Obviously we've got that giant star, which is definitely going to boost up the amount of Herblore XP we can get, 330 there from just 4 actual fallen stars there, and of course the standard stars or lamps here with 458,000, so a very quick one to fill up the inventory this time, and we can go ahead and claim those small prismatics there as well. And then a really nice alternative choice, so we can go with the smouldering one just to get the lamp, and then again the smouldering one, luckily getting lucky twice in a row, but not this far. Right then, so we managed to get lucky again with a 4 times on the large dwarven toolbox here, and this is definitely something we will be picking for a money making method video coming very soon, and hopefully that will be really good for you guys to see how much money we can make from one specific use. I won't go too far into it, but of course subscribe for more and we'll go into that detail when that video comes out. So after 70 keys down, we've managed to max out the inventory again. We'll of course use them like normal and calculate that XP that we've got here, 281,000 there. We've also managed to get some smouldering lamps, which are really good for just getting rid of as much of that XP that we currently have. Got a huge prismatic there. Lamp there, and yeah, 134,000. We managed to actually go through what I think it was a 1.1 million actual XP worth of Herblore there, which is really good. Means that we don't have to train from that lower level, can mean that we can use potions much higher, and this is definitely something I'd recommend saving up your kind of actual keys that you can get from the game and use them on the correct promotion. That is really something I hope you guys get out of this video, and definitely something that I would recommend you do. Got lucky here with the 5 large prismatic lamps, which we'll claim just so we can get through as much of that Herblore XP. Got a god chest now, unfortunately didn't get anything good, so we could alternatively go for a bit of the magic note paper for some money, but yeah, we'll definitely go with the oddments just to get our value back up to kind of the region at which we were when we first started buying these keys about a month ago. Couple of keys later, got super lucky, 5 huge prismatic lamps as well, which is really good. Alternatively, you know, you could go for the couple million GP that you could get from the Silverhawk feathers here, but we're not about the GP. You know, I've maxed out my account. I'm just going for the XP now at this point and just trying to make life as easy as possible for the game. So we'll go with the huge lamps there. So given that we had 14 lamps, 6 of them being large and 6 of them huge, let's see how much we can get here. 780,000 Herblore XP right there, and that's actual Herblore XP, not just kind of the bonus XP which you actually have to do the skill itself in. Got an extra 220,000 Herblore there as well, bonus XP wise, and we've managed to get some smouldering lamps which will just boost that up even further. Use that Hydra lamp there. And yeah, definitely something I've been really enjoying doing is just saving up these keys as much as I want to open them, which is unfortunate. Yeah, we're saving them and doing this, and it certainly pays off from doing this within the game. So there we go, we have finished up the keys. We managed to get a further couple of extra things. We got a huge smouldering lamp, which was good, a huge prismatic lamp, cash bag, and a few other bits and bobs that you can get from doing this promotion. When this promotion first released, they actually put a sale on keys, which meant that you could pick up continuously doing it, and they gave you a lot of oddment rewards as you go through, because you can actually go through these and pick up the keys themselves. What I will do is actually spend a few oddments on keys and showcase how much of the keys or oddments we can actually get back comparatively to the cost of actually purchasing them. And we also know that they are 450 keys per one, so we'll pick up 10, 4,500 oddments. I wouldn't recommend purchasing them at full price because they're not really as worth it at that point, and you don't typically get your oddments back from purchasing them at full price. But make sure you purchase them whenever they come on offer at 50%. They might not be worth it on the promotion that you currently are using them on, but when you get further on, it 100% is worth using as you get forward, and definitely on promotions like this. You know, with just this prize we would have been able to get our oddments back from the key themselves, and so actually we'd be getting the reward itself and also the oddments as well, which is really, really good for you guys looking to actually make the most out of your oddments and just help you along your skilling grinds, because yeah, sometimes it really is a grind. So this is what you really want to see. Imagine if we paid 225 oddments for it. We'd have been definitely increasing our oddment stack here if we picked it, but obviously we're after the XP, so it's the best use of kind of oddments to be able to get the XP using these promotions. So you can see here we could pick either the lamps, which obviously give you that instantaneous amount of XP, or alternatively the better kind of one if you're not going to be able to just boost through all the levels that you require. Definitely picking the stars, which mean that you still have to train the skill, but it's going to take you 2 times less, but you do get overall less XP with the prismatic lamps over the stars, so we will pick the stars for that one. So filled up our inventory here once again, and we will be picking the Herblore once again, just bashing it through. Got a huge smouldering here and a couple of other things. 291,000. It's so easy, and definitely was 100% worth it in my opinion to be able to get this XP. I could be doing it in a different way. Maybe we went for the money build, where you're just literally smashing out as much money as you want by just doing the Silverhawk feathers, etc. And it definitely is a tactic to make some money from Treasure Hunter, but in my opinion, I'm not really after the money. I can probably make more money per hour and actually not have to do all of these skills by getting the silver or by getting the actual XP from the rewards, which I'd much rather than just get the instant money here from each of them. And definitely picking the lamps is definitely the way to go. And here you see picking up the final keys. I'm not going to spend any more of my oddments. We only managed to make back 700 out of that 4.5 thousand. But for example, this skilling chest right here, if we did actually want to pick it up, which I will do actually because that's probably worth it, and buy one treasure hunter key, open up the treasure hunter reward for that skilling chest here, and look, if we just want to simply get rid of it, we'd get 100 from the thing, and we'd also get the reward, but we're not going to convert it. We're actually going to take that and then see exactly what we've got with the chests after we've opened up these last couple of lamps and stars here, and total up how much we made. Simple like way from the actual opening of the stars and lamps by checking the XP that we currently on here, and you can see that right now on screen, the amount of XP that we're on, and then we're going to showcase how much we actually made on screen as well right now, and that is exactly how much bonus XP we gained from opening those 100 keys on this right now, and also how much we earned from just the straight lamps as well, in terms of how much we managed to push through on our Herblore grind. We almost went up 2 entire levels within Herblore, and that's at level 105 to 106, which is really, really good. and we'll check out what we can get from the skilling chests here, and then add that on and showcase how much you can make from each of these too. So we've opened up a few of the skilling chests here. They give you typically the combat training dummies and stuff like that, and a couple of other kind of useful items. Not necessarily the best things, you know, definitely the skill training dummies are really good for agility and slayer, and using those to your advantage. But you also do get these summoning bonuses of the spirit dragon stones and diamonds and stuff, which can be useful as well as getting you some of the money from the magic note paper. Not massive amounts, but you can see here Silverhawks 2200 GP. They're probably on the rise a little bit at the moment, which is always good, but you can see these are the rewards from that. We'll obviously open the cash and check how much we're on now. 199 million here, which is always really good too. Let's carry on with the protean chests, which are always definitely ones I like to get. Helps you out massively if you're skilling and going towards the final goal within your account. What we'll do is we'll just dump all of these dragon stones and spirit stones and stuff like that into the bank and carry on opening these proteans. You can see here a pretty decent amount of them, to be honest with you. 440 bars, 120 traps. Look, it's definitely a way to go in terms of getting loads of XP. And if you take each of these as like 1,000 XP, you can see how many millions of XP we'd have in total. And often, if you're using them on double XP, you can make more than 1,000 XP per item. Definitely on the bars, I think you can make like 2,000 XP per bar on double XP. And obviously, if you then have bonus XP as well, it will just be increasing it even further. So that's really, really good, and definitely something that is super AFK as well, since all of the proteans are pretty much AFK entirely, and you can convert them into whatever protean you actually want to use if you're really that way inclined, and you don't want to use them on specific ones. Obviously, planks can be useful for your construction, super non-AFK method to actually get your level 99 construction. Definitely a way I would recommend. Obviously with antique chests, because I have all of the antiques I believe that are available, we won't be able to get much from these, so we basically just get oddments and we get some actual stars and lamps and stuff, which are useful, don't get me wrong, but definitely if you're into just trying to collect all of these rare and exclusives, you want to be doing that. We'll just use the stars here, just check out how much we can actually get, or maybe we'll bank the proteans here and then carry on and see how many actual stars we manage to get before putting them all in there. And this is something I've kind of enjoyed within RuneScape. Obviously, Treasure Hunter, very kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but people don't like talking about it because it's an MTX and people can pay for keys, obviously. But what I'm trying to showcase is that you don't have to pay for the keys, but you do kind of need to learn about the best ways to kind of spend your XP and stuff to be able to accumulate the amount of proteans that I've got here. You can see 5,700 bars, you know, loads of logs, and it just helps you out massively with just trying to progress through with your account goals and maximizing stuff. Obviously, we have loads of packs that we can use as well along the way, depending on what we want to do. Daily kind of tokens as well, where we can change the challenges and the D&Ds, which are helpful as well. Definitely use those on the Oyster, which will be a video coming soon as well, and that's something you might want to do. And this is what I mean, just loads of extra bonuses from using Treasure Hunter and using it to your advantage. I'm not talking about just abusing it by spending loads of money, but definitely something you can make use of with regards to getting the experience, stuff like that. We'll wear the pulse core on, and never mind. But yeah, you can see oddments as well, just adding up, stacking up, and it really does help out massively, especially with the skilling dummies as well, which are handy for just AFKing once again. And although many of you probably hate the fact that there is so many AFK activities within RuneScape 3 at the moment, it's something that I think is definitely beneficial for those of you who may not have as much time as a lot of people might within the game. You can see here just a couple more chests to open. 2 experience chests, don't manage to have enough space, which is really annoying, but yeah, you can see it's very easy to pick up a lot of XP, and we'll open and use all of these before the video ends, showcase how much we actually managed to make just from the chests as well. and obviously you can take into account the protein stuff on top. One thing I did want to mention is if you don't want to use your kind of the ideas to make the chests, because maybe you don't think that they're worth actually getting, then maybe you want to kind of swap it up and just take the oddments from them, but it is completely down to you and your personal opinion. But yeah, for me, I'm just going to take the XP and the chests, because that's what all I'm kind of after in the game now. No point in me kind of getting a load of money, because I've kind of got what I need, and I think I find it more enjoyable to get my money from actually playing the game and using these different methods and showcasing them to you guys, which is the big part of the channel. Obviously, what you can see here now is the total XP after picking up all of the extra oddments lamps and opening all of those skilling chests. One thing that we don't factor in is the amount of XP that we've actually got from the proteans, which we could add on top, which is about 1 million, you know, being pretty conservative, probably more than that in the grand scheme of things. But there you go, big total there. Managed to get a ton of Herblore XP, only 800,000 away from 107, meaning that we would have almost gone up 2 Herblore levels. Definitely, actually, when I factor in the fact that we weren't on 105, or at least nearly 106 when we started the video. So there we go. Hopefully that showcased what saving up your keys on RuneScape 3 can actually do within the game. Let me know whether you think it's worth it, whether you thought it was bad, and obviously we made a 3 million cash as well within that video. Only managed to pick up 1 money chest, so if you're doing it just simply to get those money chests and think that you're going to make a load of money, yeah, unfortunately for you, they don't work out that way. Only gave me 1.4 million from that large cash bag, but certainly won't be complaining too much. But there we go. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out some of the other money making guides specifically for various different methods, both beginners and more advanced players. And I hope that you'll join me there. Goodbye.